Guys, um, before you ask any questions about Outlast, yes, I know, didn't upload it yet, and I do not have the time currently to play Outlast, and it tends to not work when I try to record, so what I'm gonna do now is play through this indie game I found, which it seems it's extremely highly rated, and it seems to be very interesting. I'm not entirely sure what the game is about or what it entails, but it's called 3/4 Home, and it was rated almost 5 stars on PSN, so I'm assuming it's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through it, and I'm just going to see what you guys think about it. Alright, let's go. That's a nice loading screen there. Bleak art style for a while. Buried. Again. Dude, what the fuck is this art style? We get going. Dude, why does it look like that? I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm in full support of random ass weird art styles because I find it really interesting. But I just don't understand them sometimes. What's this? Alright. I guess we're going on an adventure. Alright. And just so you guys know, the game is extremely quiet, so if you can't hear the audio, that's not my fault, just the audio is very quiet in this game. That's not exactly what I was looking for, but that's fine. Keys. Doesn't really matter there. Wait, what? Tape deck. Headlights, car horn, tape deck, dialogue and menu selection. Switch Kelly and NPC dialogue. Select back menu. Alright. More L1 plus R2. Alright, zoom, walk left, drive, walk right. That's nice. I'm sure they'll teach me the controls. Start from the top. Yeah, let's start from the beginning. Main game. Yeah, that's about right. Alright. Let's see what this is about. Found a guitar pick on the side of the road. Alright. Well, I do like the windmill. That's a nice touch. Nebraska. Jesus Christ, that's the middle of nowhere. Okay. Hello. on my way home. Is this weather? Why? I needed some time alone. I told someone you were heading out. I'll say that. You better. I was worried sick for a minute there. I'm sorry. You're used to living on your own, but now that you're back home, you have to let us know if you're going to be gone. That's fair. See, I knew you were sensible, so where are you at? Way out by the power station? Yeah, I can see it from here. You're a good 20 miles out there, and you okay on gas? That seems about right. That should be enough, unless that sensor is acting up again. Dad got that fixed. When did he do that? Last week. You're gonna leave the house for it. Color me surprised. Wow. It took some convincing. That I believe. Either way, what were you thinking driving in this weather? Seemed fine when I left. Wow. This is just like a dialogue simulator. Even your dad, he would have been up about 5. Wow. I guess he still gets up every day like he's got to work. That's like my fucking grandma. Wow. My grandma gets up at 4 in the morning knowing she has no work to do. It's the whole day elbow deep in the dirt in that garden, but he can't grow a damn thing. Wow. He's up there right now, trying to cover him up from the rain. Wow, man. Protecting a plant from the rain. Wow, this is just... And this is just interesting. I don't understand this game at all. Before the storms hit. How bad? Just a second, I'll check the trash. Okay. Oh god. 5 beers. Bad. Jesus. Or when there's no leg, but I'm no doctor. Phantom pains. Those are supposed to be really bad. Like, worse than just having a messed up leg. Omaha. Your father we're talking about. He's as stubborn as you are. What is it he said the last time I asked? They can't grow it back. What's the point of getting poked at again? Sounds like him. I do a great impression after being married to the man for 27 years. It's been more positive since you got home, you know. It helps from having you around. This is just like a foray into someone's personal life. It's kind of strange. It's probably the weather. We haven't had a storm like this all year, so I think it just hit them hard. Somehow I'm not so certain. The accident or the pain. Oh, I don't know which one I want to hear about. I want to say the accident. His coworkers came by to visit last week. Wow. He must have had a bad accident. Jesus, to have his entire leg cut off. The therapist. Oh. Man. That hits really hard. Like, that hits right at home for me, man. Jesus Christ. Not great. He isn't going to see a therapist. Of course he's not. I know my grandpa wouldn't. I know my dad wouldn't either. Yeah, I know. Wow. Into it. You can try. Wow. Feel sorry for this guy. Just okay. Oh, it went well. Excellent. You think you got the job? Why do you say that? Do you think you're too good for it? Just what? Worked hard, went to college with this firm. I guess that's one way to look at it, but after going to college, that's really topical because jobs are a big problem right now. Even people who have master's degrees and doctorates can't get jobs. Oh God, that's a tough choice. Yeah, I'll say that. Wow. I think that was a better choice to say. Hopefully the claim is approved soon, yeah. Workman's comp. If it was an accident. Where the hell did he get to? Try to keep the mood light. Alright. Please tell me he's alright. Oh God. That doesn't sound good. Why are you yelling? Jesus. Have you seen him? What's he doing up there? Man, because he got mud on the carpet? Oh Jesus, what was he thinking? You can only say that when you're mad. He's taking a shower. It's just like a personal... Not at you. What? This is just like a personal foray into people's lives. Would you be mad at me? That depends. Don't do it and we won't have to find out. Oh God. That's interesting. Who are you talking to? Your sister, do you want to talk to her? No, there's a tornado watch. I'm going to watch the news. Are you sure? Yeah, so... Should be somewhere in the basement. Is she somewhere in the basement? She's on her way home. Tell her she should drive fast, but not too fast. This is just... a personal... This is just a normal conversation. What is this? Alright then, someone needs to watch the news. Keep me updated. Alright. Did you catch all that? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you to drive faster. But not too fast. Clean this up, he can do it himself. He only has one leg apparently, why are you gonna make him clean it up himself? You clean it then. Never mind. Alright, that makes sense. Storms in the forecast. This dude must have problems. Writing. It's all he seems to do lately. Wow, he seems to have a bunch of major problems. What was he writing? Oh, well, that's nice. But he gets frustrated so easily. Like with the guitar. He was so into that, but once you were gone, he stopped caring about pretty much everything. Oh, man. Didn't really have anything to focus on. Oh my god. Wow. Haven't really paid much attention. Found a guitar pick. Is that his guitar pick? You want to give it to him? You can still try to. Man, this is kind of sad. Once without calling will do that. Oh man. Here's your father. What are you doing out there? I told you I was covering my tomatoes. Never heard of anyone doing that. It's not too strange to do something like that. Heard of it doesn't mean that's not a smart thing to do. This is such an old couple's conversation. Look at that. Wow. I'll clean it up, sorry. You said a bad word. Mommy's not allowed to say that. If I'm not allowed to say it, he's not allowed to say it. Wow. I'll put $1 in the jar. That's great. Buy a game when it's $50. That's what you said. That's the deal. That's nice. If you do that on purpose. Never tell who is on the phone. It's your daughter? That's so. Where is the girl? They're all asking where she is. Here, you talk to her. I'm done playing go-between. Don't you want me to clean this up? Just take the phone. Alright, that's interesting. That's Kelly. That's wonderful. On my way home. Yeah, where from? Went to the old one. My parents' place? Yeah. Since the accident. Oh man. Still standing. Storm knocks down. Place was leaning half over last time I saw it. It might. I don't want to see it like that. Like what? All falling down. Ah man, the last link I have to my parents. I don't want to. Wow. It's deep. Storm has me feeling real deep. Man. Wow, must be the storm. Hurting when there's nothing left to hurt. I bet that would be a weird feeling. Just to not even have a leg there, but it still hurts as if it were. That's just weird. Watch my language. Wow. No pain meds. Why not? A drink now and then. It's the way that it best helps me. Somehow I doubt that. I'm talking some prescription junkie pill. Junkie pill? Painkillers. Wow. It's really not any better. What about them? I'm like a zombie angry at the world because I can't get past the pain. No. Listen, this is the time to have... Yeah. Promise? I promise, alright. Good. Okay. What were you up to out at the parents' place? Thinking. What about... Yeah, that seems more right. The future. How all of us going to work out. Well, if it's not working out, at least going forward. That's how time flows. It may not go in your favor, but everything's gonna keep moving. Yeah, it's unavoidable, isn't it? For the most part. Maybe we'll turn around. Doctor in Omaha. Finish up your degree. Help my garden might even pull through. Wow. All of this in the middle of such a damn horrible storm, too. This is just depressing for no reason whatsoever. Covering up the tomatoes. Why? To protect them from the storm. Doesn't make any sense. Some nasty wind and hail. Yeah, that's not untrue. Of course, you don't have to necessarily cover them up. That makes sense. A bit of a fool, but there's a process to it all. Don't make the guy feel bad about what he likes to do. All you want is the truth. Meteorologist. Funnel cloud sighting. Why don't you ask her? I need to keep watching. Tell her she should drive faster. You got it. Alright. This is... Are you making good time? I'm by the high school. Jesus Christ. Then don't be reckless, but you ought to be cheap. How fast is she going? Because this is taking a long ass time to be going for 20 miles. I mean, yeah, it's 20 miles, but she could be going in this range. She'd and with no other cars, she could probably risk going on a straight road like this. I don't know, like 40. As long as you're being safe. She should be there a little quicker than that. I mean, I guess 30 minutes is about right then. But still, it just seems like it's taking forever. I guess it's just the conversation that makes it feel that way. What about it? Since when did it have a second floor? A couple years back. It's completely different. Nowhere near enough kids to fill up the classrooms. Wow. That's kind of sad. Hey, someone's watching. Sorry, this is kind of a deep game. I may not talk very much. How did they do it? How could they afford that? Because they could. So I guess her little corner is starting to get some attention. Wow. is interesting. It seems pointless. It was. From high school, Eric or something. That's weird. Not yet. It's not like you to forget something like that. Complicated. It's a friend, you should give him a ring. Honestly. What is this about? What he'll think or what he'll say? I'm gonna say what he'll think. Something bad to think about you. I left or I came back. Oh my god, this is a tough choice. Leaving home like that is a really weird thing to do. It's a tough decision, and people might not think well of you for either leaving or coming back. Coming back could be even worse. I'm gonna say I came back. Shouldn't you be glad to see you? Said I wouldn't. Fortunes change, he'll get it. Always seem to have his head on straight. I don't. Never mind. This is somehow extremely depressing. She did and I am. This is just this is just a family conversation. It's just weird that they would make a game like this. That one right there. You're imagining things. Why are you fighting? What's the news? Okay, they're showing funnel clouds a few miles. They glare. You do it too. I know it. See, I'm not crazy. Here we go again. I didn't mean... Are those tornado sirens? Oh god. Oh, this is bad. Downstairs. I want to watch it on the news. Oh god. I want to stay on the ground for a few minutes and travel less than 10 miles. This one is 12 miles away. Wow. Hey, I'm gonna let you go, okay? You guys get downstairs. Heading down now. Okay, you guys be safe. We will. We'll see. Don't you dare let her off that phone. She needs to pay attention to the road. I'm hanging up. There's a windmill back there. Like hell you are. Sit around and just worry about it. There'd be so much debris that her phone would be destroyed before you could hear her get sucked into the tornado. Also, you have to put $2 in the jar. Wow. Ben is messed up in the head. Getting a wreck, especially with this wind. Probably be able to hear her getting a wreck unless that phone got thrown from the car or if it was crushed. Jesus Christ, Ben, shut the hell up. What is wrong with you? You're gonna give your mother a heart attack. Ask her if she can see anything. There's nowhere here, you ask her. Talk to your mother. Okay. Can you see anything out there? Just rain. No hail. No, just rain. is east of here. If Kelly went to Grandpa's house, she's northwest of here. She wouldn't see a tornado unless there was another one, which is very possible. Jesus Christ, Ben, shut up! Oh my God, shut up! Oh my God, what the hell is wrong with this kid? Oh my God. No one will be, it wouldn't be fair if I couldn't. What the hell, man? Sure, she'd be okay with letting you have her computer. Wow. What about her room? Yeah, I think that's way more than enough. I'll tell you, if we'll leave a room on the table, you never know. We could get some damage here, and a room might have a giant hole in the ceiling. If I were you, I'd wait and see on that investment. What the fuck, man? Wow. Let me talk to him. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I guess. Here, talk to your sister. I don't want to. You can ask her about that computer. It's a water tower. Let me have the phone. It says I can have your computer if you crash or get sucked into a tornado. Look at you too, Ben. Also said I might be able to have your room, but I'm holding off to see if it's more damage than mine after the storm before I commit. Smart business. But it would come to the same conclusion. I guess you're right. You guess or you know. You wouldn't have to guess if I'm right or not. Either I am or I'm not. Oh man. You're definitely right. They don't think I can hear them. What are they arguing about? Stay in the storage room on the east side of the house because she says it's further underground. Is it? No, one of the walls is only halfway covered. She's also afraid that the water heater in the corner in here could explode. From any other room, we'd burn to death. We're at least likely to be killed by a tornado if we are in this room. There's no guarantee in either room. Tornadoes and debris are unpredictable. Jesus Christ. It's just common sense. Ben, there is something wrong with you. At least you're scared. That's normal. How? You can just talk. What about? Yes. All my stores are upstairs. It'd be dangerous to go upstairs. Wrote one today. Remember the whole thing? No, I'm just gonna let him tell it. You ready? Don't worry about it. I'm ready. A village sat in a wide valley, cut high in the mountains. It was a place of plenty. A gash of green in the otherwise cold slate rising above on all sides. Those living in the village called the place View. Those who lived higher in the mountains, mining for precious glints of yellow and blue, called it the Trough. Those in the valley treated this name as an insult, for they thought it was a name unfit for their fair village. The people of View, or the Trough, had lived there for centuries. They were mostly farmers, though a fair number of merchants made a home in the valley for most of the year, save for the month when they would venture upward into the mining towns to sell the harvest bounty at a premium. They would return home with bags filled with chips of yellow and blue, tied to their fine leather belts, clinking brightly with the wealth. The next year they would trade half of their shining flints to the farmers for a share of the harvest that they would in turn cart up to the mining villages yet again. Flood flowed up and outward from the valley, and the yellow and blue would trickle down, gathering in the valley like a collection basin. This continued for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. Dozens of generations of farmer fathers and merchant sons were born, grew wealthier, and were buried beneath the plush pasture of the valley, until the beast descended. Jesus. The mining folk in the higher reaches of the mountains had passed tales of the beast around for as long as their history stretched. At the highest peak of the northernmost mountain, they said, lived the beast. It watched in all directions through slit eyes, biding its time until it could enact a calamity. It was a nightmare of immense and terrible power. The miners would whisper, a thing of abject cruelty. But it was also a patient creature. It waited until it felt ready to unleash such cruelty and malice that its ravenous hunger for chaos would be sated. Some believed it waited until enough infants cried out with newborn wails to descend from its perch and devour each and every last babe. Others believed it was simply waiting until an age of plenty before castigating down an era of sickness and madness, of fire and char and blood upon all those it peered upon from the mountain top. And one day, after hundreds of generations of farmers and traders had lived and died in the valley, it appeared in view. The beast had risen in the trough. It appeared without warning, with neither sound nor fury. It was simply there. Curled atop 4 legs, steaming breath rising from a black maw, leathery wings folded in on its hulking shape, it towered over the center of the village, ominously silent. It did not move, did not even seem to be living, save for the seeping steam billowing from its slime-slicked snout. At first, the people of view peeked at the beast from behind shuttered windows, sneaking glances from the safety of embroidered drapery. An hour passed, then 2, and when the sun had reached its highest point, the people began to emerge from their homes to approach the creature. The beast seemed to be sleeping. The bravest souls crept close enough that looking on would later say that their figures seemed darkened, as if the beast leached the light from their skin. The people of view, or the trough, gathered to discuss what was to be done. The beast slumbered, but for how long? Why did it sleep? And perhaps most worryingly of all, how had it arrived in their valley? Not a soul had seen its arrival. It was almost as if the thing had simply materialized in the center of the village, or some proposed it had emerged from the earth itself. But if that were the case, how had the soil, their valuable, rich, rare earth, the source of their plenty and their affluence, birthed such a terrible creature? The villagers wailed for their plight. "We have done nothing to deserve this," they cried. "We should not have to carry this burden." Some were quick to suggest leaving. But where would they go? The villagers decided to stay in their valley. The creature slept, and the creature breathed. With each breath its skin rolled, animating the thorny black scales into a roiling obsidian briar. But it did not rouse, it did not move, it did not rain terror from the skies, nor did it consume children by the score. It slept. The people of view sent an envoy to appeal to the miners in the mountain for help. The mountain folk scoffed at the villager in her plush furs and gold adornments. "Why should we help you? The beast has come to you, not us. But perhaps we can be convinced." The envoy returned to the village with the miners' demands. They would continue their trade, and perhaps one day the miners would come to their aid. The farmers continued to tend their land. The merchants made their yearly trek up the treacherous trails to collect what little chips of wealth the miners had collected in exchange for the farmers' yield. Year after year, however, there seemed to be a little less. A little less harvest, a little less yellow and blue passed around in the snowy alcoves carved from unforgiving rock, a little less green in the valley, a little less light. This continued for 20 years, until the day it began to rain. The people of Yu, or the Trough, watched the clouds roll in not from the south, whence the clouds usually arrived laden with water from a faraway sea, but from the north, where there was but ice and stone and mountain. The rain draped the valley in a dampness that did not relent, but instead crept into every corner. The mountains themselves seemed to sweat and pour water into the valley. The water carried with it a quiet rot. The first harvest after the rains began produced a meager crop, and what little could be gathered was black with mold before the merchants had a chance to trade for their yellow and blue. Their livestock fared no better. The animals began developing weeping sores that became infected and killed with a quick fever. That winter the people of the Trough, or View, watched one another waste away as they began to starve. The envoy was sent back into the mountains to beg for help once again, but found the mines deserted. The people of View were truly on their own. The next harvest was worse. Every last crop had turned mealy and infested before midsummer. By the end of the season, the last of their livestock were dead. The people of the Trough watched one another descend into a state of hungry madness, devouring the wooden sowing from their homes in slimy heaps, and their fine leather belts that once held yellow and blue, now sprouting spores of black mold. The village and its residents were rotting away. A group of villagers approached the beast after the last of their livelihood had perished, slogging through a swamp of waist-high mud to make a plea to the beast. "We are sorry if we have offended you, mighty creature. We offer ourselves to you, in hopes that our sacrifice will satisfy your hunger." In unison, the villagers submerged themselves into the tarry mud, suffocating in the muck. The beast slept. As the rains from the north continued into their third year, the few remaining people in the Trough began to prophesy about the beast. It had come and brought with it great devastation, they could agree. It had brought the rains from the north, and it had brought a rot to the village that would not relent. Squatting in what little remained of their crumbling homes, they dreamt of the day that the beast would be satisfied, when it would wake and leave their valley and allow them to farm the land. They dreamt of the day that the miners would return, bringing with them their precious bits of wealth. The time will come, they said, when the beast will wake from its slumber and spread its wings, reaching from one end of the valley to the other, and with a beat of those mighty wings it will ascend aloft. A squall. And the wind will lift away our rot. The villagers waited for this day to come. A generation came and went, born into the rain and long rotten in the moldy dirt. The few survivors had long abandoned hope that the beast would return it to its mountain perch. It was perpetual, a manifestation of their loss. The beast slept. Until it did not. They watched it stretch its long, horrible form into shape, hide shuddering as it shook the decades of rain from the thorny scales. They sang to the beast as it stood uncertainly and reared on its haunches, unfolding the scarred leather wings from one end of the valley to the other. The time of the beast's departure had finally arrived. The time had come for the cleansing wind. The beast beat its wings, emitting a tired and ugly groan as it lifted from the sodden earth. With a final sigh, it shot high into the air, sending a great gust of wind through the valley that toppled what dismal dwellings remained haphazardly standing. The valley was wiped clean. The villagers were knocked from their feet by the rush of wind. As they struggled upright, they felt the sun on their skin for the first time. They rejoiced, their pale forms dancing in a pitiful display of frailty. They could return to the ways of their ancestors. They could know plenty. They planted their first crop before the grass had even greened, and with a newfound acuity for the hunger pains that plagued them constantly. But the grass did not wax green, and the crops did not grow. The decades of rain from the north had left the earth poisoned. There was no going back. They wept, convinced that they were doomed by their ancestors' actions, that the beast had punished them for some forgotten guilt. Their rot had been lifted, in its place sterility. The sun shone, but it was upon a new land, a land turned to jagged, unforgiving slate, where perhaps bits of yellow and blue could be scavenged if one dug deep enough to find a petrified leather belt. That's the end. Holy shit, oh my god. What the fuck, man? Oh my god. First of all, my throat hurts like a bitch right now because of reading that story, but second, what the fuck was that story? Oh my god. I did like it. What were you doing at Grandpa's house today? Wait, they just dismiss it like that? Are you kidding me? That was amazing. I don't know why it was so fucking impressively depressing, but I loved it. It's different. But there's no one here to visit. I just wanted to see it. Why didn't you ask if I wanted to go? You were still asleep. You could have woken me up. We can go together tomorrow. Did you find anything new? What is it? A guitar pick. You could use it. I don't play guitar anymore. Why not? You left and everything changed. No one else could teach me, and Mom and Dad didn't want to give me lessons. I can teach you now. I don't want to. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Alright. Car pick, I don't want it. I will. Are you crying? I'm just sad. Kicked you out of your house? Oh my god. It's because you had to move back home since you couldn't find a job. Mom and Dad are worried about both those things. They think you were sad because of them. Hey Ben, give me the phone. Wow. This is just messed up, man. I don't know why. Let me talk to him, please. Here, bud. Help me wind up this radio so we can listen to the weather report. Did I do something wrong? Kelly? No, you're fine. I'm sorry you're sad. You okay? Honesty. You must understand that you can't. Ben is fine. It's up to you so much, you know. I know. I'm close to home. I can't believe this fire is still going on. Jesus Christ, they are. 2 more? We'll all sit down and have a talk. I think we need it. I like that. Really can't tell where you are? 5 miles out, maybe. Make sure you set noise. Do I? What? Mom? Right there. Yeah. Mom, you're breaking up. Oh my god, please no. What is happening here? Holy shit, man. What the fuck, man? Oh my god. I don't know what entirely that was, but oh my fucking god. That was just crazy. Holy shit. And there's an epilogue too that I'm gonna play after this, after these credits are over. I just want to show the credits because I want to give, well, credit to the people who actually made this thing, because so far I've really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna have to stop talking for just a second so I can play the epilogue. Yes, I'd like to go to the epilogue. Okay. She wished that she had called back then. Oh man. I know most of this has been pretty much nothing but narration, but it just kinda fits Minnesota. It's a long way from Nebraska. Call mom or just wait. I guess I'll call her. Hello? Who is me? It can't be Kelly, she never calls. Oh no, absolutely not. It's an honest question. 3 months without a call, and it's just sorry. You're getting there. Wow. It's good to hear your voice. Wow, man. You too. What made you finally decide to call? Wanted to. It has to be a first. Wow, this is deep and heavy. Well, not really deep, but more heavy. Oh, also, yes, I know this is gonna be long. I don't give a shit. I'm playing the rest of this thing. I just wanted to talk. It's just a surprise. Are you outside? It sounds like you're in a wind tunnel. I'm waiting for my bus. Your brother told me you guys were going to be getting a snowstorm. You standing around and all that. I'm used to it. I don't think I ever could. But why are you waiting for a bus? You got your car fixed, didn't you? No, Kelly. I thought it was supposed to be an easy fix. Decided to take the bus because he didn't want to drive the icy roads, remember? Sorry, I forgot. Let's try to keep the important details straight, okay? I'll try. How long are you stuck waiting for your bus? check the schedule. It's just late. It's keeping at the roads. That's my guess. Which bus are you waiting for? Why would you have asked that? I would be curious about it. You never know. I doubt it. Just get on another bus. You could warm up. Maybe get closer to wherever you're going. It's not how the buses work. Just trying to help. It's like it was bad advice. It's a start, but you have 3 months of unreturned calls to make up for it. Don't forget. I don't know until I'm tired of hearing it. Wow. Also, don't think I didn't notice the fucking house in the background. That scares the shit out of me. Great. You can explain yourself. Been real busy. Been able to find the time. We can skip over that part for now, but I wouldn't ask what you've been up to the whole time, would you? You would. Here you go. What's been keeping you so busy? Work. It's been a big part of it. Still at the same place where I was working. Pretend it was at the coffee shop. It doesn't matter too much. I want to get this right. You left the coffee shop and found a new job. Let's try to keep this going. Oh yeah, where's the new job at? I don't know. A restaurant? Like waiting tables? Well, that could be alright. What kind of restaurant is it? A hole in the wall, is it legitimate? Are you asking if it's a real job? What I mean is it a legal business? This big article in my digest the other day was all about how the mob have been using little restaurants and dry cleaners and even grocery stores as fronts. Fronts? After you first moved to Minneapolis, you were so serious. It's genuinely concerned. The article had all of these quotes from people who had worked at these places and saw some of the most horrible things. You know, anyway, after you're in Mafia, I probably would have asked, do you like it there? It's alright. As long as it isn't awful. I guess that's one way to look at it. As long as it's not awful. So you can get some time off to come home for the holidays. Weren't you? I didn't come home, remember? A second chance at this one. Wow. Don't blame me. What do you mean you're not going to make it? That's 2 years in a row. Can't believe you and yourself and Ben. Maybe you can come in after the holidays before school starts back up. See what I can do. Let me know. When is the semester done for you? Sooner than I thought. Are your classes doing alright? Going pretty well. Great. It's definitely not going well. This conversation you wanted? True. And? Told you by then. And tell me. What? Wow. Classes I'm taking are difficult. Thought you were looking forward to this semester. Wow. The pictures you've taken, they're good. Have no meaning. Do you really believe that? said that to you? She did. What does she want you to do? Experimental. Like Picasso or something? Not exactly. I didn't know what you're doing. How are you gonna be more experimental? I mean, explain that what you're doing is experimental without it being completely true. I mean, I could. It's admirable. Grade is a grade, that is true. Be all about the grade. And exactly the most creative. Wow. Damn right, it's wisdom. I'd like to know what you thought you could do to pull that grade up, though. You will, I have a feeling. I'm too happy with the project. I thought it turned out pretty well. Oh god. It's not entirely your fault. If you tried, I wish you would have kept it. I really did like your pictures. You can always get another one. Maybe. Oh man, what the fuck, man? I just wanted to get to the point. One question. Understand what's going on. Can't go through this again. You said that you would get your grades up so you could graduate. Is something else going on? Are you doing okay? I want to help. Everything is not falling apart. Being dismissive, I was being supportive. Everything couldn't be falling apart, literally. You still had a roof over your head. Look how long that lasted. That's what was going on. What I was going through at the time. Oh my god, really? Are you really gonna talk about any of that yet? No. Let's talk this through. Okay, what the fuck is even happening? Kind of problems. Oh man. What the hell? How do you have to choose between that? Jesse is an androgynous name. I don't know. I guess I'll pick she. You never see her. And how is she distant? You never really talk. About anything. Your good morning. I mean, about life's mysteries and your future and all that. Not exactly. But you get the point. Maybe. Well, you don't know. I have an idea. He's keeping something from you. Maybe. Know that you're not spineless. No argument. Oh man. Just to give, you definitely don't seem happy. I don't think either of us are. That's the real issue then. Either way, I think you two definitely need to talk. So what's been getting to you, or is there more? You can't talk about anything else that's bothering you. I don't mind listening. I feel about all this. What? It's fine, I understand you're not ready. For what? Out of all of this? That's your bus. Better get on. It's not my bus. I'll go somewhere. Might be you don't want to get to where you're supposed to be. Why are you talking like that? They all go somewhere. Might be you don't want to get to where you're supposed to be. Why are you talking like that? Please just be clear with me. Get on the bus. Go. Call me soon though, please. Okay, I will. Just be safe. What the hell, man? What is this? Did I get on the bus? I did. Alright. This is interesting at best. And confusing at worst. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Why is it so open-ended? I have so many questions. Oh my god, why do I have so many questions? This is bullshit. I need answers. God damn it. I just want to be able to know what the fuck happened to them. What the fuck, man? Because in the background, that house was fucking destroyed. The whole left side of it, the roof and all that was crumpled in and gone. What the hell happened? I have to know. What the is that it? Are you kidding me? That's it. Why is that it? No. I do not want to start a new game. Fuck no. Is that seriously it? Yeah, return to the main menu. I'll read those stories at a later time. I don't really want to bore you guys with another narration. But I will look at these photos. Yeah, never mind, I can't. The radio then. Alright, I guess that's as good as an outro song as anything. Well, I guess I'm gonna call that a day for now. This video should go up late tonight. And, well, I guess that's gonna be it for me right now. I'll go back to playing Outlast very soon, trust me, I will. And I will finish that game next. Not entirely sure what all I'm going to be playing in the meantime. I really enjoyed this. This is definitely up there on my list of games that you should play, alongside something like Journey, which if someone wants me to play as a video, I would be more than happy to. But it's not really a watchable game. It's something you have to experience yourself. I know that's kind of cliche, but it's really the truth with a game like Journey, because it speaks to everyone kind of differently, and I don't want to sully that experience by showing it to you in a video. Well, I'm gonna say good night to everyone, or good morning, or whatever time it happens to be when you're watching this. And I hope you enjoyed my storytelling skills. So, I will see you guys later. It's been fun. And I hope you have a wonderful life.